Welcome everybody. In this pick a card reading, we're going to be asking, why did they think you're so cute? Or what do they find to be so adorable and cute about you? So we have 4 options here, and they are represented by these adorable little narwhals. So hopefully you can see them pretty well. So go ahead and get in touch with your intuition. You might be drawn to one option. You might be drawn to multiple options. Maybe you're drawn to no options. So go ahead and just follow your intuition here. When you've decided on which reading or readings you want to watch, just use the timestamps below to go to your particular portion of the video, and I'll see you there. Welcome, option 1. You chose this adorable little purple narwhal. Put it over there. So we'll start off with these cards that I've pulled, and then I will probably be drawing from different decks around me just as I feel called to do so. But let's see what we've got to start off with. We have levity. Laughter is the best legal medicine. So I would say that they love your sense of humor, and maybe you have just a very cute or adorable sense of humor. You know, you say things that are cute or funny. I also feel like sometimes you're funny and you don't realize it, and they find that to be really adorable as well. We have artist and queen. Wow. They find it very adorable the way that you sort of take ownership over some sort of artistic creation that you are making. And you just radiate a very regal energy. But also I feel like you're your own kind of queen. You know, you're not trying to be like anybody else, and that's sort of what gives you this sort of regal air. So like maybe you have a very individual sort of beauty, or just your personality is you have a sort of authority that you claim for yourself, but you do it in a very unique way, I feel. It's a very creative way. You also could be someone who takes your creativity or your art and you have put it to use to make money for yourself. We have a lot of red energy here too, which is the color of the root chakra. So they could be really impressed with the way that you have sort of taken your throne through the use of your creative gifts. Let's see. Okay, we have Uranus. Yeah, definitely you have an unusual or quirky way of doing things. But again, Leo and the Queen, you have you have a very strong self-confidence, I would say. Incredibly strong self-confidence. but it's something that you get in an unusual way. You're an unusual example of self-confidence to create your ideas. You don't gain confidence through just being the type of person that other people aspire to be. You're just like forging your own path in life. I would say also they feel that you maybe surround yourself with impressive people. And you also have a very unusual, offbeat, maybe way of expressing your thoughts or ideas, but you do it very confidently. You know, it's like you feel that you have a right to express your very unconventional ideas or your very unconventional way of being, and you just do that. You definitely take leadership here, and you're not afraid to stir things up. You're not afraid to do things your own way. You feel fully entitled to do exactly what you want with your life. You're like, this is my life, and I'll live it how I want, not how you want, but how I want. And this allows you to actually make interesting connections with other people who might also be very unique, or who may not necessarily always agree with you, but somehow people are still sort of drawn to you. People are drawn to your sort of unique perspective or approach to life. And the person that you're watching this for finds this to be very cute. We also have youthful love. If I had a single flower for every time I think of you, I could walk forever in my garden. So I think they just find it cute that they are always thinking of you. I'm going to use this goddess deck as well because we had all that queen energy, this wonderful divine feminine energy. Let's see what else we get here. Why do they find you cute or adorable? It could be with youthful love also, like maybe you just have like a very, the way that you approach romantic love, maybe it seems very kind of youthful in some way, like puppy love, you know? Oh, well, they just feel that you're very compassionate and sweet. You try to find the good in everybody. They find that to be very sweet. I feel like you have a transformative effect on other people because you try to find the good in them and you try to have compassion for people. They find this to be very sweet. Maybe also they see you as someone who has a lot of compassion for yourself, and this has also allowed you to transform in beautiful ways, and they've noticed that. Let's see. For some of you as well, like maybe it's either you were very different in your past, in the current lifetime, and you've changed a lot and you sort of followed your intuition in order to do that. Or for some of you, maybe you have a strong knowledge of your past life or past lifetimes through your intuition, and they find this very endearing in some way. It could be both of those things that I just mentioned. They also feel like you're someone who feels a particular calling to help the world. It could be through environmentalism, just making the world a better place in some way. They definitely really like this about you, that you feel that calling. Let's see. Yeah, I would definitely say that you guys have some sort of connection, strong psychic connection. They really like that. Or you're someone who seeks to learn things through divination. Either you have that power. I think for most of you, you have that power. For some of you, maybe you seek knowledge from getting psychic readings or consulting with Ouija boards or palm readers or something, but I think a lot of you, it's just you naturally have that. Yeah, a lot here about change and transformation. Like, it's like you've really transformed yourself. You're not the person who you used to be, and that's not to say that who you used to be was bad, but you have undergone some sort of really powerful transformation, and it's because you saw or understood some sort of greater truth. You might be very spiritual people as well. I'm going to get some cards from this one final oracle deck, and then we'll sum it up with tarot cards. I would say for you guys, it does go a little bit beyond just being cute and adorable, although they do find all of this to be very adorable and sweet and endearing. They find it to be very magical, I think, with all of this sparkly purple energy. It is sort of like a unicorn. Also with the Uranus, like you're very unique, like a unicorn. Like there's no one else like you, and they love that. Oh, and I felt called to use this unicorn deck also. Patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. They do see you as someone who can be playful. You're not someone who has to be constantly working. You know, you're not constantly in the grind. You can take time for fun and lightheartedness. You see the joy of connecting to lightheartedness. In both of these cards, I see this sort of like sparkly energy, these little sparkles in this sort of purpley and blue background. I just feel like there's something so mystical and magical, awe-inspiring about you. So they really like that. You have miracles. I feel, have faith that your miracle is on its way. Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, with the 9th house and Sagittarius and then this, trusting that divine timing is at work, have faith that your miracle is on its way, surrender to the how. They see you as this person, that you're someone with a tremendous amount of faith in the divine. You have a very strong divine connection, and that connection to divinity is what has allowed you to transform yourself in such miraculous and beautiful ways. And it has given you hope. You're someone who stays positive. You're always looking up to the light. Yeah, I feel like you have a very strong connection to the divine, to the universe, to God, however you want to see that. Let's see what else. What do they find cute and adorable about you? They do find you to be angelic. I'm getting that as well. And definitely something of a unicorn. Again, I'm getting like drawn to the like shape of the unicorn's horn, which is symbolic because it comes out of its crown chakra, right? I mean, it just shows not only are you very unique and special, but you have the way that you connect through your crown chakra is also like, it's unusual. It's an unusually strong sort of faith that you have. And at the same time, you know, although that you are sort of like sort of mystical and otherworldly, there is at the same time something that's very grounded and real about you that really turns them on. It's like I would say also like your physical body, your physical vessel is very alluring to this person. It's like I know this was about being cute and adorable and whatever, but like your physical features are, I feel like this is what they like most in a physical body. You know, and maybe they didn't even know until they met you what their physical type was, but like their magnetism or their chemistry for you, I mean, the way that you turn them on makes them know, like, okay, this is the body type that I like. Let's get one final message. What did they want to communicate to you? Okay, so we do get the Page of Cups. Yeah, I do get a sense that sometimes, you know, you do try to stay positive, but they know that you are a very emotionally sensitive person here. And, but it's like you try to find the value in working through that emotional sensitivity rather than it, you know, taking hold of you completely. Let's see what the book has to say for the Page of Cups. So this will be kind of our final indication of what they find so cute and endearing about you. Juliet was a poser. Core meaning: someone who is ready to try something new in emotions, relationships, or art. So this kind of goes back to, what is this? Youthful love. The Page of Cups, that has to do with youthful love as well. Maybe you have a very sweet or innocent approach to romantic love. You know, you want to have that kind of sweet and pure quality to love. Let me see here. Okay, has any human ever been able to get through adolescence without at least a short, oh so intense and romantic phase, complete with sensitivity, moodiness, and anguish, and probably a rather alarming wardrobe? Oh yes, our deep romantic urges, in both the literary and modern senses, do bring out some interesting aspects. The Page of Cups fancies herself in love with a person, with an art form, with an ideal, with a philosophy, with something, anything. It doesn't really matter what What matters is the act of being in love. So they see you as someone who just loves to be in love. You get head over heels in love and so like emotionally wrapped up in that. And they find it to be very cute that you are like that. Let's see. It takes a lot of practice to get love right. We need to explore how we react to it, how we protect ourselves from the intensity of it, how we shape ourselves around it without losing ourselves to it entirely. Only a true strumpet could have enough lovers to practice on, so most of us practice by falling in love with many things. We don't know it, but we are learning about ourselves and our relationship to being in love. If the Page of Cups is moping around your reading, you have to deal with someone going through some rough times. Remember how you felt and treat her with compassion. While wrapping her broken and bleeding heart in cotton, look into her heart as if it were a mirror. She may very well be there to remind you that you once had an open, tender heart. Sometimes it is okay to be vulnerable, to embrace something even though you are afraid and don't know what to do. It does not always lead to heartache. So I feel like they see you as someone who like keeps your heart open. You know, it's not like you don't know that heartache exists. I mean, this person looks very like emotionally drawn out, you know, like they're not necessarily like overcome with joy, but you're also at the same time, you're not afraid of falling in love, I feel, is how they see you, and they appreciate that. Let's get you a fortune cookie message to wrap it up. Look up in the sky tonight. Have a moment for yourself. Yeah, so they see you as that kind of person. Like this was described as someone who, you don't just fall in love with people, but you fall in love with life. And there were these cards that did, you know, make me think of the night sky. And they might think of you as that type of person who like could just look up at the night sky and like get lost in it and get lost in these sort of like poetic, you know, dreams of whatever, you know, like, but in any case, they find that is very sweet. And they also feel like you're someone who takes time for yourself. You give yourself that time to sort of get lost in your own poetic musings and imagination. All right, so guys, that's what they find cute and adorable about you. Thank you to my little purple narwhals. I hope you enjoyed that. I wish you all the best. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, number 2, folks who chose this adorable little blue narwhal. Let's see, we've got some cards that I've pulled already, and then we'll use some tarot and some other decks as well as I feel called. So what do they find cute and adorable about you? We have grace. So they do feel that you are a very graceful person, maybe physically graceful, but this seems to be pointing to something else. So let me read the card completely. It says, I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name-calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. So they find it adorable that you are able to kind of keep calm when people are being really awful and horrible, that you do your best not to just resort to name-calling. And they appreciate that. We have the trickster and the priest. I feel that they view you as someone who, you know, you definitely don't do things in a predictable way. You have a very mercurial personality. You're someone who, well, I just charged this battery. and it's just going off. Whatever. I'm so over these lights. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you just have your own way of doing things, I think. And it's almost like people might even expect you to do something the way that you've always done it. And you're like, nope, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to switch it up now. And then we also have priest. It says facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So they definitely see you as a very highly spiritual person, maybe even someone with spiritual leadership, especially here with the word grace. You know, someone who's connected to divine grace. But maybe you have your own way of approaching all of that with this trickster energy. You don't necessarily approach spirituality in the normal, usual ways. You're doing something different. So this person is very drawn to that. They find this to be, I wouldn't even say cute, but it's more like enigmatic, or they just have, I would say, a lot of admiration for this. Let's see what else we have. We have the South Node and Sagittarius in the 6th house. Yeah, you probably are someone who is in some sort of spiritual service. And this person views you as someone who you have a very natural capacity to take on spiritual service. You know, teaching or leading people in a spiritual way. It just comes very naturally to you. The South Node can be like talents that we've learned throughout many past lifetimes. So they just feel that this is something that comes very naturally to you. You're a very idealistic person. You have strong values that you're trying to stand up for. And you feel that this is like your duty. You have a duty to be of spiritual service. This person really admires that. I also have peony, prosperity and compassion. Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want. So they see you as someone who understands this approach to prosperity, that you have gratitude for all that you have. Let's see what else. I'm going to just pull on some tarot. Page of Pentacles. I feel like they view you as someone like, whether you have a lot or whether you have a little, it's like you, for one thing, you know what to do with what you do have. Like you can put it to good use. But also they feel that you're someone who really appreciates things no matter where you are in life financially. Yeah. And they know that you have been in dire straits financially. This person is aware that you've had times of financial uncertainty. But again, it's almost like you relied upon the divine, or, you know, your spirituality is what got you through that. So they're very impressed with that approach to life. They feel that it has not been easy for you to climb to the top of your success, but that you've done it anyway. And you're someone who really reaches high. You know, you reach as high as you possibly can. You want to touch the sky. You want to like be the best. You really want to go for the gold, so to speak. I would say they also view you as being very intelligent and very thoughtful, someone who is a deep thinker. You can put aside emotional concerns when you need to in order to focus on logic, in order to sort of like get the better overall view. But you never lose connection with your ideals. And this is like one of the keys to your success, is this particular approach. So far, I'm not getting, I mean, I do feel that they find you very cute. Here, even we have this blue narwhal with these glasses, and the Queen of Swords also is like very intelligent. I know this is probably a stereotype, but a lot of times we associate glasses with someone who's kind of smart or nerdy. I do feel like they find your kind of intelligence or your nerdiness. If you have sort of a nerdy quality to you, they do find that to be very adorable. But most of what I'm picking up feels more like admiration or like respect. That's more what I'm picking up here. Gosh, yes, you have so much faith. Spiritual faith. They really see that. And they notice that you have been through different changes in your life. You've been through different cycles and seasons. Maybe in some times in your life, you've even been sort of trapped by the illusions of life. You could have been led astray at some moment in your life, but it's like your faith led you back, or you didn't stay there for forever. You may have been trapped by the lies and the illusions, the deceit of the world, so to speak. But you didn't stay there forever. You eventually saw the truth. You tapped into your inner strength and you moved back to wholeness. You didn't allow life to have power over you. You recognized, no, I have power over my own life. Again, it came from this like fire, like searching for the fire of the divine, the spark of the divine, I feel, reaching for that is what allowed you to reconnect with your inner strength. And I also am feeling like they see you as someone who understands how to resolve your karma. Something about that. Yeah, you can't just be a spiritual person without putting that spirituality into action. So they see you as someone who does that. You put your spiritual beliefs into action. You walk your talk. Yeah, walk your talk. You're a wonderful example to other people. And I feel like this is representing the person more that you're watching this for. Like they see you as someone who has a very focused intention in life. And they are inspired to be the same way. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Yes. Expect the best possible outcome. Yeah, that's how they see you, that you've been successful because you set your own sights high. You didn't settle for mediocre. You wanted to be a person of excellence, and you have been that person of excellence, and you are that person of excellence. And I feel like this is really inspiring the person that you're watching this, who you're watching this in mind of. They want to emulate that about you. Holy Amethyst, divine alchemy, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Yeah, I feel like you're really inspiring a lot of people because this is your approach to life, to be connected to the divine and not let challenges overcome you, allowing your faith to sort of lead you onward. And it's really leading you to tremendous success. Okay. Anything else about what they find to be cute or adorable about you? Like I said, most of it doesn't really seem like that's the primary emotion that we're picking up on. It's more like admiration and respect. But I feel like this person thinks about you when they're building their own life, when they're planting their own seeds and nurturing the seeds that they have planted, putting effort into their own long-term goals. They think about you and they think about how you've approached all of this. They might even imagine sort of like having conversations with you about it, or like they might think about what you would tell them, or even conversations that you have had. They might look back at those conversations and be like, wow, that was great advice. But But I feel like there's something about you that like puts this person at ease when they think about how you've gone about your life. It kind of makes them not worry so much and say, you know what, if I keep persisting, if I keep putting in the work or the effort and look for the beauty in life along the way, then most likely I'll have a bountiful harvest, just as pile 2 has had. Yeah, I feel like you inspire this person to be very optimistic, to create some sort of new life for themselves. Maybe they've been procrastinating on certain dreams, but now they don't want to put those dreams to the side, or they want to dream bigger than they had in the past. They're recognizing they have more choices available to them than they realized before. And they're like, yeah, I want to claim that. Yes. Those blessings sound great. Let me claim those blessings like pile 2 has done. And I would just say overall, they really feel that you are someone very special. I just think that they think about you a lot when they're doing their own work. That's what I'm getting from this 7 of Pentacles. Well, all of these Pentacles cards, I feel like they're thinking about you a lot as they put in their own efforts to, in terms of their own work life, or, you know, building their dreams, their passions, focusing on building up some particular talent or skill that they have. They think about you a lot as an excellent example of someone who has a strong reputation for what you're doing in the world. And they just really look up to you. Okay, let me get a card here from this Steampunk Tarot deck. What do they find cute and adorable about you? Okay, 8 of Cups. That's an interesting one. Let's see what it says. Okay. Okay. Knowing where you are is important. Knowing where you're supposed to be is imperative. Leaving behind something to search for something else. So again, like reaching high, knowing that your destination has not yet been reached, and like willing to like push forward to get to that destination in life. She found the mechanism, studied its intricacies, cleaned, polished, repaired. She determined exactly what it was created to do. She understood precisely what it measured, as well as how to accurately analyze the information. The strange relationship between her, the extraordinary astrolabe, which is, I guess, what she's found here, and the wisdom it revealed was, in theory, quite perfect, a dream come true, but in reality it was not. She knew what this life was supposed to feel like, and she knew what it did feel like. The ideal and the reality were not the same. With a certainty born of perfect understanding and undeniable experience, she did what she had to. Leaving was hard, but she told herself that her investment of time, love, and skill was not wasted. Without it, she never would have known where she needed to be. Life is funny. You can be living the dream and yet be unhappy. Part of the journey is realizing that dreams are not one size fits all. No matter how many people agree on any single perfect life, there really isn't one that is meant for everyone. If you are looking at this card in your reading, you know all too well what it means. You've been living a dream, but it isn't yours, at least not anymore. But you could only know this by experiencing it for yourself. Nothing is lost. No investment is wasted. You will bring all that you gained with you as you move toward your new destination. With sadness, perhaps, but also with certainty. The message to leave a situation is emphasized if the 6 of Swords, the Fool, the Chariot, or any of the Knights are present. So in any case, I feel like they appreciate that you're this person. Like you have experiences in life, and if you find that those experiences are not what you had expected or wanted to get out of them, you're able to move on and chart your own course and, try to figure out what do you really want out of life instead of trying to live the dream that maybe someone else wants to live. What brings you joy may not be the same as what has brought someone else joy. So they find that to be very admirable. Again, most of what I'm getting here for you guys is admiration. So hopefully that's okay. All right, let's get a fortune cookie to wrap things up. I do get with this narwhal, though, that they do find you very, sweet and cute and cuddly, just as, just overall as a person. But, I think the qualities that they think about you most, or that they associate with you most, must be qualities that are ones of respect, of great respect. Okay. Aw, love is a present that can be given every single day you live. Yeah, there's this country song. It's, I can't even think of who does it, but it's like, if I could make a living out of loving you, I'd be a millionaire in a week or two. I'd be doing what I love and what I do. If I could make a living out of loving you. So I feel like maybe this is how this person feels about you. And it makes me think here of this Four of Pentacles as well. Like they feel like maybe spending their time with you, spending their life with you is a wise investment. Like just the love that they have for you is a present. That they appreciate even like the capacity to have this love for you. Like that, I feel like they feel like that is a gift to them. To have their heart so open. So anyway, maybe any of these numbers may have significance to you as well. If I can focus there. That is the reading I had for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone who chose number 3, this cute little green narwhal. Sort of like yellowish green. All right, we'll start with some of these cards that I've already pulled, and then we will just use whatever decks around me that I feel called to. But, of course, the purpose of this reading is, what do they find cute and adorable about you? Well, we have surrender. Hear ye, ye are hereby being called to unclench your grip on any old thought patterns that are getting in your way. Surrender any ideas that make you feel like a victim of circumstance or which make your dream relationship seem like an impossibility. The mayor of reinvention has just arrived and has made the following decree. Limiting beliefs about yourself and your life are heretofore, forthwith, officially and indubitably declared for the birds. So I feel like you're someone who definitely frees yourself of limiting beliefs and old thought patterns. Let's see what else we have. We have an advocate and a healer. Wow. I think they find it adorable that you are so you're so compassionate. Like you have a very healing presence in the world. Some of you may be healers in some way. But you feel really called to do something that will uplift and help other people, to help people transform their pain into healing. I just feel overall they feel like you're a very kind person, and they find this to be very sweet. Let's see here. We have Jupiter in Capricorn in the 7th house. I feel like they see you as someone who you like to advocate and heal people, meaning you like to help people and do for people, but you also understand that, it's like that phrase, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So I feel like they see that you know that and you embody that. You can teach people and you can help people expand their own awareness in a way that will be beneficial to them. But you also know, unless that person can figure out how to do that for themselves, you're not really helping them. You might actually be hurting them more in the process. So you're someone who wants people to be unlimited, and you try to show people how to kind of take on the responsibilities of life, have a more responsible approach to life, through understanding that hard work and dedication can get you very far. That's what I'm getting. Then we have delicate, fleeting beauty. When life is not coming up roses, look to the weeds and find the beauty hidden within them. So they might feel that you are someone who likes to find the beauty in the simple things in life. You could also be, they might feel like you're someone who is, when it comes to even to physical beauty, it's not that they don't find you to be physically beautiful. In fact, this particular narwhal to me kind of looked like the cutest of them all, almost. It's very unique the way that it's colored. It has kind of an ombre, which none of the other ones really had. But yeah, maybe your beauty is more kind of like the garden variety in a way, but it's also unique. Maybe you're a plain Jane, but it's so beautiful too, the way you embody it. I don't know how to put it into words, because that probably isn't making it sound really great. But there's there's a pureness to you guys. It's a very pure, unadulterated sort of beauty that you have physically, I can't speak. Physically, but also like your soul and your personality. It's, there's something very natural about you. And maybe you're also drawn to natural forms of healing, and they find that to be very cute, that you want to turn to nature, maybe for holistic healing. It could be Reiki and stuff like that, but also maybe plant-based forms of healing. You might be someone who looks for a natural remedy, or essential oils, or using a particular plant or herb for healing instead of using a pharmaceutical. I definitely get a very close to earth, nature hippie type vibe from you guys, but in the most beautiful, positive way. Not that there's, I find that to be beautiful and positive anyway, but I'm just saying it's I feel like this person knows that you recognize that outward beauty isn't going to last anyway. So it's why put so much effort into something that in the end, it's why are you cultivating this? You could be cultivating more internal beauty. And when you grow older, when you're 80 years old, there are people who are 80 who are incredibly physically beautiful, but it isn't necessarily the beauty standard type of beauty at the same time. And so, I don't know, I guess I feel like they see you as someone who is focused on cultivating goodness and kindness, mercy. I'm also feeling you're a merciful person. Yeah, you just have a very healing, soothing presence in the world. Okay, let's see what else we get here for you guys. What do they find cute and adorable? I just feel like they feel like you're so pure. You could have a lot of Virgo or 6th house energy in your chart. Yeah, like, I mean, kind of like the way that this woman is dressed. You know, she's kind of like slouchy and stuff and sort of bohemian. Her hair almost looks like it isn't brushed, but like, look at the way this guy's smiling at her. It's like, I feel like that's how your person views you. That like they find it like you would be like that comfy, cozy person just to like curl up on the couch with. And it's like you're as comfortable as like an old blanket, but it's like it makes this person's heart sing, you know. They just love it. Or like even like this art that they're creating, right? This is just very bohemian, and it's like, you know, it's just rope attached to a log, and yet it's very beautiful. So I feel like that's how they see you. They definitely see you as very like bohemian, hippie, natural type person. Yeah, someone who's very, very connected to the earth. Like you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You probably are someone who gardens, plants, spends a lot of time in nature. You're like a back to the earth type person. Like you want to live very simply. Maybe you're someone who wants to have a very minimal impact on the environment. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to have a big footprint, that type of thing. You just desire to live simply, as close to nature as possible, to be at one with nature. Wow. I mean, it's like literally you would probably just sleep outdoors if you could. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do like go camping a lot, or just go camp out under the stars, or like sleep in your backyard sometimes. You're the type of person who would like go to a park and just lay down and take a nap. And again, she looks kind of, I don't know if that's the print on her, might be the print, but it kind of looks like her. Yeah, I think it's the print. Yeah, but you're not afraid to get dirty, for sure. You're definitely not someone who's afraid to like go out into nature. They love that about you because it just keeps coming up. Because I feel like they're the same way. Maybe for them, it's not as much about just, you know, relaxing in nature. They might be someone who prefers to get out into nature and do like exciting things, like ride motorcycles or go hunting or do something that's more active. You might be doing something that's a little bit more slow paced, but either way, they do connect with you, or they see a similarity with you because they also really love the outdoors. Yeah, all of this, like if the two of you have spent time outdoors, they really cherish those memories. They have very sweet, cute memories of you. They think that you looked cute too if you have memories outdoors, but even if you haven't had those memories, it's like they want to make those memories, or they kind of like fantasize about the two of you maybe having outdoorsy type dates, like you know, maybe going out into a field of flowers and having a picnic or something like that. And they just feel that they would like to make that happen. If it hasn't happened, they would love to make it happen, to spend time out in nature with you. And I would say other than that, like they really appreciate. Maybe you're a good cook. Some of you may be especially a good cook, or you're very handy at doing things, again, using the natural world, plants and herbs. If you cook a lot, maybe you grow your own herbs, or you just like to use fresh herbs. Or you could, like I said, use them in medicine or something, herbal medicine. Let me get a clarifier here. I feel like you're just so calming and soothing. Like you might as well just be a field of lavender. Like that's how like kind of a soothing presence you have. This person feels that you just embody like lavender and eucalyptus, like just so soothing. And I don't know how else to say it. Like you're like a Zen goddess. They view you as a Zen goddess. I think also they view you as someone who takes chances in life, who takes risks. You might leave behind the expected path to follow your dreams, and that seems to pay off for you as well. Like you maybe have found some sort of success or fortune for yourself through leaving behind, like maybe you quit your day job and you followed your dream or something like that. Or everybody else wanted to go to college and get a degree, and you were like, no, I think that my calling is different from that, or whatever it is. But like you left behind the well-worn path and you created your new path in life because you weren't able to fulfill your calling if you didn't do that. This person is really inspired by that. It fills them with joy that you were able to do this for yourself. Like they're filled with joy on your behalf. But I feel like some of them also, they want to share this life of joy with you because they feel like you have found a joyful way of being because you have taken risks and followed your dreams. Yeah. I mean, that's the Fool card. That's exactly what it's about. Just taking those leaps of faith and kind of trusting the divine to guide you, trusting the steps that are being given for you. That's not to say that you haven't ever had doubts. They definitely recognize you've had doubts and worries and that you haven't always known which path to take. But ultimately, you knew that you had to take your own path, and they appreciate when you are at some sort of crossroads in life. They do feel that you made the right choice, and they know that it was a difficult choice to make, and I feel like they're very proud of you because they feel like you're following your bliss, and you bring them a lot of bliss. You bring this person a lot of serenity. I think it makes them serene just to kind of think about you sometimes and like fill themselves up sort of with your energy in their thoughts. Let's see what else we get here. Oh, yeah, you followed your passions. Wow. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? They know that you were at some sort of crossroads in life where you had to decide, what is your calling? What is your true passion? Are you going to follow this one path that's predictable with the 401k and this and that? Or are you going to go your own way? You know, like whatever it happened to be for you, you definitely follow your passions and you are reaping the rewards this person feels. And this person has like an eternal love for you, but I also just feel like they see you as someone who is just eternally loving, that even if you get angry at someone, you'll still come back to love. You know, you're not going to stay in your anger forever. And some of you, they might feel that you have righteous anger or righteous indignation. But then once you've expressed that, you're like, okay, that was really just coming from a place of love. You know, I said that because I love you, because I care enough about you to be honest, you know, that I'm not, it's like if you see that someone else is not on their path, you'll call that out. But they see that this is sort of like a tough love, and so they do find it sort of sweet underneath it all. Yeah, they feel like it's fair. So they're like, fair enough. You called me out on something, but fair enough. You know, maybe I deserved that. Yeah, and they just feel again like you're just so sweet. And you know, ultimately, even though you might have these moments of righteous anger, you are ultimately someone who communicates in a very sweet and loving way overall. Let's see if there's anything else here. I definitely see you as someone who's experienced tremendous spiritual growth or just personal growth, however you want to look at it. Maybe both. Wow. Divine timing. I think this person is sort of like trying to trust divine timing as it relates to you. Maybe they felt like in the past it wasn't the right timing for the two of you, and they may even feel like you put up a wall at some time in the past that you were not open to them romantically, but they feel that maybe in the right timing at some point you might be more open to them again. Something like that. Yeah, they definitely feel that you were not open to them at some time. Or maybe that they weren't open to you. It was one or the other, or maybe at different times it's been both. But they definitely feel like at times that the timing has not been right for one or both of you to feel open to this connection. But they have this very strong kind of faith themselves that at some point the timing will be right for the two of you. Gosh, I feel like this person just wants to go on and on. It's like if someone asked them, what do you like about pile 3? Like they would just want to go on and on and on and on. But the thing is too, like, it's like they feel also like there are a lot of things about you that are still hidden that they don't know. But the things that they do know, they could just go on and on about. Okay. So we'll pull more for you guys because this person just like, they are very profuse in their admiration of you. Support, ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. I feel like they want to be this sort of support for you. They also definitely have, I feel like they have sexual thoughts of you, but it's like, it's very romantic. Like they would want it to, like if they have these sort of fantasies of you in that way, like they see it unfolding in just like a very romantic, sort of erotic way, but that they would want to make you feel so very safe with them and allow you to sort of open up to them. They would definitely want you to feel that you could ask them for support. I feel like also like they just want to show you a good time. Like they would want to, I think they have fantasies about like taking you out on a date and really showing you like a really good time. Because they feel like they would, it's almost like they want to see you blush. Like they want to be so sweet with you and gentle towards you in a way that opens your heart back up to them. Because they feel like you've closed it off at some point. They feel like if I'm just so like sweet and gentle and really show this person a good time, maybe they'll open their heart back up to me and maybe I'll even get to see them blush. The thought that they're having. Okay, let's get one final card here. Okay, we have the Chariot. They kind of feel like you are definitely the one in control of this. that you have more control over the situation than they do because you have the power to push them away. All right, let's see what the Chariot card says. All right. Despite any concerns you may have, I am in control of this situation. Yeah, exactly. That's how they see you. The triumph of will in difficult circumstances. The thunder of hoofbeats shakes the earth, and yet her slight form remains perfectly still as the horsepower vibrates the reins. This confident young woman is intent upon forward movement and progress in the face of many challenges. The energy she directs is moving at dangerously high speeds. In the midst of the swirling chaos, she remains steady and focused. The beasts powering her vehicle are opposites of each other, representing opposing forces that make the situation so challenging. Under normal circumstances, these energies want to move in different directions. Luckily, she has mastered the lessons of the magician, the high priestess, the empress, and the emperor, the hierophant, and the lovers, and is ready to make her mark in the world. In other tarot decks, the charioteer is shown holding a wand, a symbol of his will and the force that guides the energies present toward his desired goal. In Elizabeth Peters' Amelia Peabody series, in which a Victorian archaeologist couple explores Egypt, the main character carries a parasol that doubles as a weapon. In the Steampunk Mysteries by Gail Carriger, the Parasol Protectorate series, the heroine Alexia Terabati carries a steampunked parasol modified with amazing gadgets and technologies, making it a useful weapon. In both books, the women use the parasols to promote action on behalf of their wills. Hence, our powerful charioteer carries on this proud literary tradition and pays homage to Amelia and Alexia. Her parasol is also a symbol of power, will, and ingenuity. If it is your turn to drive the chariot, you will find yourself wanting to move in a certain direction. You will be confident in that decision. Getting started will be the hardest part. Things are going to conspire against you, or so it will seem, yet you have the skills and knowledge necessary to harness those contrary energies and head them in the right direction. Once you are moving, there won't be much that can stop you until you reach your goal. So yeah, this person definitely feels like they see you as someone who is destined to reach your goals in life because you have made a decisive choice about which direction you want your life to go in. And again, like we saw before, they know you had to make some sort of difficult choice about which direction to take your life. And they just see you moving with great power and skill towards your goals. They definitely see you being victorious, for sure. All right, let's see what this fortune cookie has to tell us, and then we'll wrap up your reading. Okay. Men do not fail. They give up trying. Not just men, but people. All right, and then we have some numbers on the back in case any of those speak to you. But yeah, I mean, this is how they see you, you know, regardless of how you identify gender-wise. They think that you're not going to give up. You are not the type of person to give up, and you absolutely will not fail. So they really love that about you. All right, so we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome everyone who chose option 4, this cute little pink narwhal. Let's see why your person finds you cute and adorable. We have boundaries. Yeah, I mean, they find it's cute that you will assert your boundaries. So that's good. I mean, I love a good boundary setting myself. Okay, Midas, Miser, and Vampire. Wow. Like, especially I feel like in terms of maybe people might try to use you financially or drain you, and you're like, no, I will not put up with that. Your person definitely views you as someone who can create gold. You know, it says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. So you are a very generous person, but some people are just trying to take, and you're aware of that. You stay aware of like who is here for the right reasons and who's here for the wrong reasons, and you can kind of weed out the vampires, whether they're energy vampires or people who just want to steal your money or your success, or you know, you kind of have a very strong sense of discernment, and you will let people know very strongly, like you're not going to put up with that type of behavior. Okay. We have the North Node in Aquarius in the 4th house. I feel like you probably are star seeds. Now, I don't know if this person believes in that type of thing, but even if they don't, like, I think that they probably view you as being kind of like extraterrestrial in some kind of way. Like, you're very strange, you're very offbeat, and you find success in doing that. You find success in being a little bit different. Some of you might be very different from your family of origin. You've chosen to go about life in a way, or maybe your belief system or lifestyle choices are just very, very different from your family's. This person likes that, and they also feel like it's kind of like the key to your success, that you chart your own way in life and you don't necessarily, you know, do things the way that your family does, or it could even be that you used to be a different way in the past, but your own belief systems have changed. They definitely feel like your beliefs or your approach to life currently are unconventional, but they're like, yeah, that's exactly the right way to approach it. They feel like this is the best way for you to approach life, is in this unconventional way. They feel like this is what gives you security in life, and they're happy for you that you're choosing to be true to yourself and that you feel secure in being unconventional and unique. And we have honeysuckle, domestic happiness and devoted affection. I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle, gently entwist. Well, I mean, they definitely like hugging you. If this person has hugged you or cuddled up with you, they like that. They or if they haven't, they love the idea of it, and that makes them feel very like cute and cuddly, and it brings out those like adorable emotions towards you, just the thought of it or the activity of it, if this is something that you all do. And then with domestic happiness, I just feel like they want to like spend time with you at home. They might want to spend time with you at home doing nerdy things, like with Aquarius, like playing video games, or just, it could be like anything that's like unconventional. Video games are not necessarily unconventional, but Aquarius can relate to technology sort of things, or engaging in like hippie things, or things that are like unconventional, revolutionary, or even like having discussions about things that are like not mainstream. They like the idea. They feel like the two of you, if you set up house together, like you would be doing it in your own way. Like you would have a very unique home together. You would have like or even like maybe you're gender roles would be unconventional or something. Like there would just definitely be something unconventional about your home life. It wouldn't be like the normal, typical white picket fences. Like the two of you would be approaching it in your own very unique way. They like that. They feel that you show them that there are new ways to approach life, but they feel like they could do those new things and still feel safe with you. Whereas maybe with other people, they would be afraid to kind of like let their own freak flag, I can't, oh my God, it's like a tongue twister. Freak flag fly. It's like they see you as that type of person and they feel like they could be comfortable being that, getting down with their freaky self, their freaky, wild, unconventional self with you and just feeling like totally safe and at home with you doing that. Oh my. Oh, that was difficult to say. Okay. Let's see what else. What do they find cute about you? Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Yeah, like you definitely bring like this sort of electrifying, like I said, there's like a star seed quality to you. Maybe you're someone who even talks a lot about astrology or being a star seed or even astronomy or astrophysics or I don't know, like metaphysics or something. Like you talk about these like very strange and like unique ways of viewing things. Like they feel like you have a very interesting mind. The way that your brain works is very interesting, and I feel like they view you as someone they could really learn a lot from. Yeah. It's like you see things from a much higher perspective. Like you're very connected to Father Sky. You're very connected to like cosmic consciousness. Wow. I mean, like they just feel like you have like this profound wisdom, maybe like occult knowledge or just like metaphysical, like knowledge of sacred geometry or something, or of mythology, something very profound in your knowledge of things. You might be that type of person who watches like, what is that show called? The Ancient Egypt series, or like stuff on UFOs, that type of thing. Or like you're really into this sort of like really far out stuff, but like this person is very drawn to that type of thing as well. Or like the Illuminati, or like, you know, like they just feel like your mind is like just this expanded awareness, whatever it happens to be for you. I'm throwing out a lot of different ideas, but like, yeah, they just feel, oh, Ancient Aliens. That's the name of the show, Ancient Aliens. Yeah, Shed Old Skin. They definitely know that in your past, your lifestyle and or your belief system was not what it is now. Like you went through some like really big transformation in your worldview, lifestyle, belief system, etc. And they really like that for some reason. They feel like you allowed your true self to come out. You didn't feel like you had to be pinned down by the past, you know, like whatever it was you were brought up to believe in. Maybe for a time you did believe that, but you unleashed the truth. At some point you recognized that that's not really what you believed. And I feel like they really look up to you for being able to move beyond that and be your own person. Yeah. You were able to see beyond to some greater truth in the world. And you're like, okay, this is the truth that I was taught, but my real truth is is something bigger than that or something different from that. They do feel that you have some sort of mystical or occult knowledge. I keep getting maybe sacred geometry for some of you. Like they feel like you have some sort of way of knowing things, and they feel like it must come from the divine. Yeah, they do feel like drawn to this praying mantis here and the yin-yang symbol. Like you have an understanding of like the greater cosmic truths. And I feel like this person doesn't necessarily always believe things exactly as you believe them, but they like the fact that you do things your own way and that you are not afraid to change. And I feel like they see you as very altruistic as well. Like, you know, it's not just a belief system. You see yourself as a sort of like guardian of other people. Like you want to use this occult knowledge or mystical knowledge, whatever this is, metaphysical, like you're wanting to use this to benefit other people. They see this in you. I feel like there's definitely something here about astrology. You've said something about astrology that really struck them, or maybe they even know something in particular about your astrology, but it like really got their attention. They sensed they sensed that when you were talking about astrology, they had a sense that you were talking about them. Maybe you were saying something about astrology and they could sense that maybe you had looked at their astrological chart and that you had kind of analyzed their chart. And I feel like they liked that. It kind of like made them more attracted to you or something. The fact that you had analyzed their astrological chart. It's like they see themselves differently because of something you said about their astrology. I know that's very specific, but wow, it's like, yeah, they're like, yeah, I am like that. Whatever you said about astrology that related to their chart, they're like, yeah, I am like that. I do have those qualities. It was very healing to be so seen. They felt so seen by you. It really touched them. Now, if you're not into astrology and you didn't say something about this person's astrology, maybe you just mentioned some quality and they could tell that you were talking about them. Maybe you specifically said, you are like this, you know, or maybe it was more subtle, but they kind of could tell that you were seeing something in them and they just felt so seen. And I feel like it helped them to see some aspect of themselves that they hadn't woken up to yet. They felt so loved by you. And I feel like in the most pure way, they felt your love in that moment was so pure. But their response was not only a pure love, but also like a very like sexual attraction, sort of like chemistry, you know. That's so interesting. It increased their interest in you. You said something about who they are. That's funny. They just felt so understood, and it helped them to understand themselves better. They're like, that's why I am the way that I am. There might be something about themselves that they always viewed as a negative, but somehow the way you put it into words or expressed it, at first maybe they even didn't agree with you, but then they were like, wait, no, I think they're right. Yeah, it's like they had some sort of aha moment. Yeah. They're like, yeah, you're right. I am like that. But they realized that's a very positive thing. Interesting. In any case, they felt loved. I mean, at first they may have felt, I don't know, like called out, but then they saw like you didn't mean it. You meant it in a positive way, and then they could see something positive in themselves that they never saw before. Interesting. Okay, let's get this final message here. The Three of Swords from the Steampunk Tarot deck. Okay. Yeah, it did. Something you said, it kind of hurt at first, but then they liked it the more they thought about it. It's very interesting. I don't know. Sorrow caused by knowledge. The misuse of tools can lead to a mickle mess. Maybe it made them feel weird at first to know that you were looking at their astrology. I don't know. Words can build bridges, create connections, and nurture relationships. Your words did ultimately do that, but at first your words may have kind of stung. Through careful communication, we can establish elaborate edifices of understanding that are stunningly beautiful and utterly awesome. All of these activities take time and skill. In the smallest of moments, a few words can destroy what took years to create. Whether the words are cruel or merely careless, whether a painful truth or a manipulative deceit, the injury is very real. In the shadows of a dark and stormy night, what was once a perfectly balanced, functional, and lovely clockwork heart lies in shambles. Straight, unyielding swords have been jammed ruthlessly through the delicate curves of fine craftsmanship, creating a poignant picture of tragic destruction. The Suit of Swords is nothing if not dramatic, and the Three of Swords is no exception. The lofty and theatrical tendencies of our minds are here joined with the melodramatic and unpredictable characteristics of our hearts. Because the swords are wielded by another person's hand, the sense of betrayal and shock creates a raw, gaping wound. Experiencing the Three of Swords is never fun. When your heart is stabbed, no doubt there will be pain. The wounds will heal, but even still, things will never be the same. However, lessons will be learned, truths will be revealed, understanding will occur, which is what happened here. They learned some lesson ultimately, and they did ultimately come to a greater understanding of themselves and of you. This card marks a sad time, but as with all experiences, you have the ability to determine how you will think about it, experience it, and ultimately fold it into your worldview. So ultimately it was positive, but like, yeah, you really stung this person. Like, I think you probably didn't intend that at all. It was more like careless, or you just didn't realize that this could even be viewed as a negative thing when you said it. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, eventually this person saw it as very loving. You know, I feel like also they see you as someone who isn't going to shy away from truth, and I feel like they really appreciate that. All right, and then we have the pink. It's the pink narwhal, so it's like they find this sort of very sweet, loving energy from you. So maybe they were just shocked that you were so direct in some sort of, like, just you summed them up in a few words, and they're like, what? But then over time, they're like, oh yeah, that is true, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Anyway, let's get a fortune cookie to end your reading here. Oh, I mean, this is why I love using fortune cookies, because it's so interesting when they're so spot on, the message for what we've already been saying. Love is but the discovery of ourselves in others. and the delight in the recognition. Yeah, ultimately they felt so loved and delighted that you recognized some really strong truth about who they are. You discovered the truth of them. At first, it made them feel exposed. Maybe it's more like exposed than hurt, but then they're like, wow, I just feel so profoundly loved and seen. That's so interesting. Okay, and then these are the numbers on the back, if these numbers have any particular significance to you. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found that helpful and enjoyable, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.